Hi, welcome. Tina Grant from FitFlowYogaFitness. Today's Strong Women, Strong Bones class, we are focusing mostly on arms. We're going to be doing the biceps, guns, triceps, shoulders. So we're going to have a few exercises for these muscle groups so that we get that opportunity to really build some strength for our arms. Strengthen the arms, the forearms, helps bone density, of course, in the wrists. And helps us with daily functional things, picking things up without using so much of our back. So it's going to be a great 30-minute fast workout. So get your weights ready. Get your bench if you're jumping off a bench, or we're doing heel drops or jumps. And you ready to go? Let's do it. All right, so we're starting by warming up the shoulders, swinging the arms, and rolling out the wrists. And of course, starting to move your legs, just walking back and forth or around in circles. Flip the palms and point the fingers down just to warm up the wrists in all directions. We can actually even warm them up this lateral way, side to side like that. And then hands on the shoulders, rolling out your elbows, both directions. And then arms up to the side, not too high, just about shoulder height. And then we can do a little leg warm up, kick the bum and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Okay, knees up. Nice strong core. And then leg up, leg out, up and out. Working on balance here, strong core. While the foot is up, let's point and flex. Work on your balance, yes. And then circles, both directions. And then hip circles. You want to bring your arms out, go ahead. Big hip circles, good. Other direction. And then let's do the other leg, balancing. Bringing the knee up and just extending the knee to warm up the quad. You can have your arms out. I'm always more balanced on one leg than the other for some reason. And then while our leg is out, let's point and flex. Yep. And circles, both directions. And then hip circles. This is not my balanced side. Other direction. Nice. Good to see everybody's balance is so great. Love it. And then let's do the last one with the legs, just hip swings. Just swinging that leg back and forth. Not too far back, especially if you feel that pinching in your low back. Just enough to get that release in the hip joint. And then the other leg. And then we're doing squats. Pelvis width apart or shoulder width apart. Start your squats. And you can start just little knee bends and just kind of get that synovial fluid pumping in through our joints, oiling up our hips, our knees, and our ankles. And then when you're ready, heel drops. And maybe start to go a little bit deeper for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do cat and cow, so open up the feet and tip and tuck the pelvis. Big of a range of motion as you can. We can begin to do that core breathing where we're releasing the belly on the inhale and hugging and lifting up through the pelvic floor and belly on the exhale. Few more. It's a great way to stretch your low back in the morning or anytime if you've been sitting. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then from this goblet squat with the toes out, we'll do a little squats here. Elbows towards your knees. And tailbone straight down to the floor. So we'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna stay here. You don't have to be too deep if that's bothering your knees. Just work on this lateral fold. And getting into all the range of motion in our back. And then we have one more here. You can straighten your legs and then bend them again if you're feeling really tired. We're just gonna do this rotation, both sides, 3 or 4 times. And think about pulling around with your ribs rather than your face. Let's do it one more time. Just so nice of a way to warm up the back. And then we are done that. Okay, we're actually gonna start with arms. So pick up something that you usually do your biceps with, and we're gonna work hard right away. We're gonna do 21s, so 7 on the bottom half of the range of motion, 7 on the top half of the range of motion, 7 all the way through. And because we are starting with arms, your arms should feel pretty good, pretty full of energy. So let's do it. All right. Bottom half. Don't forget when we're doing this, please soft little knees, draw your tail down so you're not arching your back. All right, here we go. And the palms stay facing each other. 7. So you're not turning the palms. 6. Oops, this can be heavy. 5. 4. Nice, everyone. 3. 2. 1. This is the hard one. This top one right here. 7. Got to stop halfway. 6. Nice. This is the one I want to swing back. So really tighten up your glutes. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Here's this last 7, y'all. Let's do it. 7. You're still not turning the palms. They're still facing each other. 6. I don't know if I'm going to make it. 5. 4. You might be moving faster than me. 3. Let's see what you guys are doing. 2. I know I'm swinging a little bit. 1. Oh, hello, biceps. Good morning. Mwah. Mwah. Swing your arms. Yes. Strong arms. So we're not always using our back to do everything, to move, to push, to pull. Okay, so overhead. So we're gonna do this with a one arm just because it's safer. And you probably would be able to do the weight you just had, but you're gonna only take one of them. And because it's going overhead, remember we are gonna start to hold the weight like that. So your heel of your hand is up against the weight, and then it's gonna go overhead, and you can hold it with both hands like that. Elbows in. Please don't arch your back, draw your tail down, soft knees. Here we go, right to 90 degrees since we've only got one. Here we go, 2. Get your head back, please. 3, like you're standing up tall. 4, and you're gonna continue to try and wrap your elbows tight. 5, 6, 7, elbows in. 5, or that's 7, 8, 9, this is light for me. 10, 11, maybe not. 12, I'm gonna go to 15. Can you do it? If we can go to 15, that means it's light. Ooh, light-ish. 15. All right, in between that, optional heel drops or jumps. I'm gonna get on my platform and jump off, so you can either do that or you're gonna be doing your squat and your jump. 10 of them. Ready? Let's go. So I have a little step here. Those of you that are live with me, if you're interested in a step, email me. I have a lot of them secondhand at my studio. What number is that? I don't know, one more. Woo! Okay, awesome. We're gonna do shoulder press. So nothing fancy, that was kind of our little interval there, that cardio interval. Keep moving, please. We're gonna do shoulder press, 2 arm shoulder press. All right, so it's gonna be heavy. 10-ish. I'm lifting heavy enough that I'm going to try to do 10. And same thing with you, you can lift heavy. Don't have to make it all the way to 12. Rack it. Turn the palms forward slightly. Soften your knees, tail down, belly in. Let's go. Take a breath in first. Yes, that looks good. Breathe out. Nice. 5, 6, 7. Form looks good, ladies. 8. I'm going to make it to 10. If you can make it to 12, go. That's all I can do. If you can do 2 more, do it. Or if you've got a super lightweight, do the 15. Let's do a shoulder stretch. Okay, we're gonna go through the whole workout and then repeat, all right? So now we are moving to concentration curls. So if you have something that you can use as a pad for your knee, we're gonna be getting down on our knee and doing this really challenging bicep curl with the dumbbell hanging inside of the thigh, all right? I'm gonna take 2 weights with me because I have a feeling one's gonna be very heavy. So coming down onto your knee, doing our concentration curl, get your elbow inside your knee, please. And then away we go. Remember that little spot you can do. So that means when you get super tired, you can spot yourself by bringing your free hand just behind the back of your working hand and giving it a tiny little bit of assistance if you need to. It's 3. Oof. Ball. 6. That looks good, everyone. 7. 8. I'm gonna make it to 10. 9. Popeye. Ooh. Yikes. So what makes that more challenging than a regular bicep curl is that we have the weight away from our body. So the further your arms are away from your torso, the harder your arms have to work. Other side. All right, let's go. So called concentration curl, you're kind of watching your arm. You might even be looking at your bicep, this mind in the muscle. You guys heard me say this many times. The more your mind is connected to what your body's doing, the more muscle that's activated. I lost track of how many, but this is my weak arms. I might make it to 8. Or I'm gonna assist myself. So this time I'm gonna just take a little bit of help from my free hand to help me get out of what's called the sticky point, that part right at the bottom. Oh, did not like that. That was hard. All right, guys, we're gonna kind of stay down. Now you can keep your foam blocker if you have something on your knee. We're gonna do kick back here. So you can either be on your back knee or off your back knee. Either way, we're gonna be doing tricep. Should be able to try the same weight you just did. All right, I'm gonna stay in lunge, elbow against the ribs. So remember, let's go. I was saying when the arm is away from the torso, it's hard. Well, now we've got the arm right against the torso. Right against the torso, the ribs and the elbow connected. Kick back, come on. Very nice. Use your breath. You want to try and get your elbow really straight, friends. One more. Oh, yikes. We're going the other way. Tricep, other arm. Ready. Let's go. I'm switching legs. Really straight. You don't have to try and flick your wrist. Just lift with the back of that dumbbell. Use your breath. 12. Oh. Hello. Come on up, and we're going to do a tricep stretch right here. So bring your arm over your head, grab onto your elbow, and pull it back. Keep your feet moving, please. Whew. Moving into our second set of jumps or heel drops. If you can't do any of those, I know that some of you have people below you and you really can't, but stomping or at least a light foot pat is better than nothing. You could be just stomping like you're walking a little bit hard. All right, I'm going to doing my platform jumps. Going for 10, friends, let's do it. I live in a wood building, so even though I'm upstairs in my loft, I'm sure my neighbors can hear the vibration, but you know what? A few times a day isn't going to kill anybody in the middle of a work day. And the rest of the time, pretty quiet. What are we at? A couple more. I know those of you that are jumping are working harder than I am. Jumps are much more challenging for the heart, cardiovascular system. Keep moving. Okay, we're intercepting this one with one leg, so we might as well get more bang for a buck. We're gonna do a 2-leg deadlift. Lift your heaviest weight, please, friends. Your heaviest dumbbells. And we're gonna do a very basic 2-leg deadlift. Where's my other 20? What is happening? Oh, they're over here. Okay, so palms facing the body. Hinging at the hip. Tiny little soft bend in your knees. Shins. Pull and squeeze. Hip thrust right there. Let's go. Oof. Keep your core super strong. Only thing moving here is the hip. Very nice. Back stays super strong. Keep your shoulder blades tucked in. Head in line with shoulders, please, and Mabel. There you go. Oof. Nice. Squeeze. Oof. I think we can all do about 8 more. We're going to do a big set here. 7. Squeeze. Might as well add your pelvic floor right there. Squeeze and lift. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Weights down. All right. Okay, friends, we're doing a basic bicep curl. This time we will be moving the palms. So we're targeting a little bit more bicep. So you're gonna start with the palms in and turn the palms up. All right, I'm trying heavy today. This bonus second workout for most of us is what we're working on to up our strength. I was thinking about it. Strength isn't just a word, right? Strength means that your muscles get harder, denser. All right, bicep curls, soft knees, tail down. Let's go. Both of them if you can. 1, 2. It means you have the ability to work harder. 3, 4. And of course, strength also means because your muscles are denser and they take more nutrient to stay healthy, they burn more calories. The more muscle you have on your body, the more calories you burn when you're just sitting or standing around or sleeping. So many reasons for strength. Of course, we're always talking about bone density, cardiovascular heart. New studies coming out about muscle density and heart. Heart is just a muscle. Can we do one more? I see most of you still have it. Come on, let's go. Good job. Good job. Okay, we're gonna do another shoulder. I'm gonna let you choose, okay? I'm gonna do an overhead press because it's a compound exercise. If you have an injury that this really irritates, you can do this half lateral raise. All right, so do what feels proper in your shoulder. I know many of us have residual shoulder injuries. Never do anything that hurts your shoulder. So you're either gonna do a light half raise, especially if your dumbbells are light, do the lateral raise. If you've got heavier dumbbells and your shoulders are healthy, get them up on your shoulder. Let's do that press or that raise, let's go. Don't grip the weight too much, especially if you have something going on in your elbow. I see Mabel wearing her brace. That reminds me to remind you not to grip hard, just enough to hold the weight safely. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna do 2 more. Last one. Last one for me. If you could do more, please. We're all working at our own pace. You know, fitness people say that all the time. Let's work at your own pace. But I actually mean it. You don't have to do what I'm doing. All right, swing your arms. We have time for 1 more set of jumps. We're gonna try and get three impact movements every time we do this 30-minute bone blast. All right, let's go. That'll be our bi-weekly allotment of impact. Oop, the house is falling down. Oh, good jumping, you guys. I feel guilty because you're working harder than I am. Gravity's doing the work for me. Good job, Joan. All right, this last one. I feel guilty seeing all you all jump. That's okay. It's all right. Even, you know, Susan, even if you can't jump hard, you can still be jumping and getting your heart rate up, right? Just jump like we used to in group fitness and land on the balls of your feet. Okay, we have 1 or 2 more. We have a couple more minutes. We have skull crusher. We're doing 1 more tricep, and then we're gonna do 1 exercise for chest. So that means we're headed to the floor, friends. You're gonna bring the weight that you know. You can do this open and close movement, and then we'll turn it into a last tricep. All right, get the weight on your hips. Man, 30 minutes goes quick, doesn't it? Got 5 minutes. Palms facing each other. Create a little circle, oval, egg shape with your arms, and it goes open. I gotta move away from the wall. Open and close. You wanna work a little bit more in your core, pick your feet up and tighten up your core. Open, close. Keep the whole body on the floor from the tailbone to the back of your head. Open, close. You're just skimming the floor with your triceps or the hair on the back of your arms. Don't even have to touch. And if you have a shoulder injury, don't open so much, just limit the range of motion. That'll protect your shoulder. Can you do one wider than the other? Sure, why not? If you've got an injury on your right, just move the right halfway and work the whole range on the left. Why not? I'm gonna do 2 more. How about you? Last one. Okay, friends, put those weights on your hips, and then we're gonna take 1 weight away, and we're gonna hold the dumbbell at each end, the separate weight. We're doing 1 more tricep, friends. This is that 90-degree, what in fitness we call skull crusher. It's a terrible name. But you're bending your elbows till the dumbbell hovers about 2 inches over your head, and then pushing back up. Let's go. Keep because probably this is not too heavy for most of you doing this, keep your elbows absolutely pointing towards your knees and your upper arms rigid like goalposts. Don't let any movement happen in your shoulder, and your triceps will work harder. 90, if you want to go slightly below 90 because you've got a light weight, that's okay. Push. We're probably all doing 12 at least here if you've got one half of that set of dumbbells. Open up the back of your arms as you're bending your elbows. I'm going to do 2 more. This is good for the grip too. Last one. Oh, put the weight on your hips. Since we're here, we're going to do our last exercise for glutes. Bring your feet close to you. Pick your hips up, and we're going to do squeezes. Squeezes, and let's focus for these last 10 on pelvic floor as well as glutes. So inhale, exhale, squeeze and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Roll to your side to let that dumbbell go. Fast and furious, 30 minutes. Bring your knees into your chest. It's a great way to start the day. Just a quick, intense little workout. Wake up your body and all your muscles. Roll around and just massage your back here. And then cross the ankle over. It's a great way to finish your day too if you're too tired to do a full workout. Doing this little 30-minute workout. Get all your blood pumping. You're doing figure 4, right? Crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. We'll just take a few breaths here, getting our heart rate down. Nice slow breath. And then switch. Great job. Great job, friends. Heart rate coming down. So noticing how fast your heart rate is coming down. As you get fitter and fitter, I was saying this last week, you'll notice that you recover quicker and quicker, which is fantastic. Nobody wants to be at the top of his stairs huffing and puffing for 5-10 minutes. And then release. Let's just come onto our side and push ourselves back up. We're going to do a good chest stretch and an arm stretch here. So bring your hands behind you. Spin the fingertips away. Let's open up the front of the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And just take a couple big breaths here. Getting the front of the shoulders and the chest to open. And then release. We're going to do one more tricep here. You're going to feel your triceps maybe tomorrow. It seems like tension in the muscle always comes from muscles that push, and a tricep is a muscle that pushes. Switch arms. And then bicep. Take your fingers and point them down. Just gently pull your palm forward, not too hard. You don't want that to irritate your wrist. And then the other way. And then the last thing we'll do is just extend, hinge at the hip, grab onto your ankles or your feet, and pull yourself into whatever feels good. Now, if you really want to work on your hamstrings, work on sliding your heels away. If you're like me and you want to work on your low back a bit more, I'm just going to keep my knees quite bent and pull my torso down and forward to get a bigger stretch in my low back. So whatever feels good for your body, take a few big breaths. Fast and furious, that's what that was. And then walk yourself back up. Bring your feet to the floor. We just do a hip release here, rocking the knees from side to side. Some of us have been practicing for quite a while now, getting up without touching. So what's the key to it? Is crossing the ankles so you're on the edges of your feet and then leaning forward so the body weights forward, and then you can just tip yourself forward. You won't be able to get up if you don't lean forward, by the way. All right, good job, good job, good job. Have a great day. See you next time.